Hey, Bacon fans! It's speed build time again. So this one I had no idea what in the F I was building. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna start attaching things. Why not? So you remember I did the Bigfoot spiral thing? The little, not Bigfoot spiral, you don't even know what that means. The spiral with the ramps, I showed you how to kind of interlace them. Well, this is that same technique right there, where you kind of offset each one going up. And it kind of creates it so that they're going to move up at an angle, as you can see right there. It's very self-explanatory. But anyways, so hey, my subscriptions have been growing like crazy. I'm at like 840, 850, right around there right now. If you talked to me last week this time, I was celebrating crossing 600. Now for a guy under 1,000, that's incredible growth. So I want to thank Ouch has been really instrumental in helping kind of like promote my channel, and just some of you other guys doing with the tweets and the shout outs and the comments and the likes and all that stuff. And of course Mr. Icy, who got me started on this road in the first place. I mean, you know, not a day goes by I can't thank him. So anyways, thank you all guys for helping my channel grow. You're really doing a great job. Just freaking fantastic. Even my wife's getting excited about seeing how much stuff is happening here. So anyways, as you can, let's get back to what I was talking about with this race. As you can see, we're going up the road here, and you're going to want to put some walls up there, because if you just go driving straight up, you're going to get lost, and you're not going to hit this right direction, and you can go flying off the side of the ramp here. So I put those blue walls in there, because if you hit those walls, it's going to kind of point you up the right way. Yeah. So anyways, new stuff going on with Rockstar. Let's see, Rockstar news. Did you hear that Rockstar suspended a bunch of accounts? Like a whole buttload? So there was a little side movement going on. It was going to be called the 5M mod project, I guess. I only heard about it recently, and some of you guys probably already know about this. But you know, for those of you who don't, that's who I'm reading for. It was basically a bunch of guys that were going to do like third-party server kind of stuff. You know, hosting your own lobbies with your own kind of physics and creating your own jobs. And they were really getting some momentum, and Rockstar got wind of it and went. Suspended a bunch of the accounts. But you know what? I kind of don't blame them. I mean, they were about to take their product and start making it into something else, which, like, while that sounds cool and all, you have to remember, they built the damn thing for billions of dollars. I think they have the right to say, I'd like to keep it in the original state I intended. So, yeah, even the Rockstar, a lot of people get all mad about that. Like, oh, they banned some people, They're like, yeah, well, they were stealing their project and putting it somewhere else where they can mod it in a way where Rockstar couldn't, for instance, sell things on it, which was the whole point. They're a business. I can't pretend they're not a business. Of course they're a business. So that happened, and I know I'm probably going to be a little unpopular for saying, you know, you should have seen it coming, but hey guys, you should have seen it coming. You were planning on, like, starting your own servers separate from Rockstar's. Of course they're going to be like, nuts to that. So that happened recently. So they even put out a statement saying that they were going to suspend specific accounts that were lined up with the 5M project because they were creating servers that advocated piracy. And when you think about it, that is piracy. You know, you took their project and you decided to host it somewhere else and change it and market it yourself. So it's like, there you go. It's kind of the definition of it. So that happened this week. What else has happened in Rockstar this week? A lot of things have happened. Okay, so here in America, there's that whole big Confederate flag thing. Now, I don't want to get into politics because, you know, when you get into politics, half of everybody gets all pissed off. What I do want to point out is that Rockstar did go and take out the Confederate flags here in Los Santos and Blaine County, which, while in real life, you know, the argument could be made they should be taken out. I mean, they're supposed to be the people. Okay, the people with the flags in the desert are supposed to be crazy tweaker meth heads. Like, that's the whole point. So I didn't think it was really harmful to leave it in the game, because it's supposed to be representing a very specific kind of character type that you grew up into Trevor country. And like, if you told me Trevor didn't have a Confederate flag, I'd say bullshit. Just because, look at that crazy guy. He seems like the kind of guy that has Confederate flag underwear. But they took it out, and I understand why. Again, I don't blame Rockstar for this. You know, you have people left and right who it's an issue right now, and you don't want all of a sudden a bunch of people getting all pissed off at your game because it's in there, a bunch of parents telling them, you can't play that anymore because it's this or that. So, it was a move they made. But you know, it's kind of interesting that we live in an age that The video games now, if something happens, they can just go in and change it. I mean, I used to play like Nintendo and stuff, and when you bought it, it was the game, and it was set, and that was it. And while this has led to some negative stuff like, I don't know, first day DLC and games being released like Arkham Knight that are broken, hoping to fix it and patch later, it does at least allow patches for things that maybe they just simply overlooked. Or maybe things that changed in the environment of the world, like this Confederate flag thing. And so, like, I remember, like, the first couple games that offered, like, download patches was, like, maybe, like, Ninja Gaiden for the original Xbox had a patch that allowed you to change the cameras. It fixed the cameras, and it really improved the game. And after that, they started coming in just little patches like that. But, you know, now we're to the point of where if they want, they can change the billboards in the whole game to brand new billboards to advertise products and sponsors that may or may not want to jump on board, which, while that sucks, it's possible now. That's just neat that they were able to jump in and pull them out, the Confederate flags, that they have the option to now just because of the way servers and games work. Which is good, but it's also bad. Here's why it's bad. Let me ask you guys this, all right? So you all either have an uncle or have a grandpa, or yourself maybe have an old Nintendo or a Nintendo 64, and every couple years maybe like, I'm going to bust it out and play Street Fighter, or I'm going to bust it out and play some Zelda, right? Well, the new systems is not going to be like that. We have our Xbox One, but let me tell you, in about like 10 years, when like we're on the Xbox 5, or maybe Microsoft goes out of business because of World War IV, the servers aren't going to be up eventually. One day eventually they will not be supported, and when that day happens, all those boxes won't work anymore. Now, with other art types, because I believe video games are an art. It is an art. You have the art of electronics mixed with the art of writing, mixed with the art of the actual artist, mixed with there's so much art going on. There's a lot of artists collaborating. And in the past, artists were able to put their paintings in museums and put their books in libraries and put their statues out for people to see. But this kind of art, it needs to be run on a machine, and the machines need to be connected to servers, and one day those servers won't exist. Like, you can't have a museum of video games using games generation after, let's say, the PlayStation 2 properly without it malfunctioning or not working right. And so, you know, that really kind of bothers me. I see Grand Theft Auto is locking down their server thingy with the whole 5M thing, which I understand, but I kind of wish some game companies would open up in freeware their games to allow people to host their own servers, or just create a patch that allows you to play it offline at home once you know, games lose popularity, because it's just a shame to think that there will come a day that I cannot play Grand Theft Auto, you know, this game. I can't play this one day. I can't play Oblivion one day. I can't play Skyrim one day. Unless I buy the, of course, modernized, updated HD version, super greatest hits pack. Which is, you know, that's kind of a shitty marketing ploy, you know. But anyways, so let's talk about what I'm doing here. Look at the camera here. Okay, you see those ramps going sideways? I'm noticing the PlayStation guys have been doing that a lot, and as soon as I saw it, it's like, I instantly understand how to do that. So you can see me trying to figure it out here. I put the little red and white barrier behind the ramp like I would containers. That didn't work. So I'm going to scoot it forward here because I'm trying to find the sweet spot. Because again, I've never done this before. You can see me figuring this out. And that one's a little off. It's a little back. See, there's a little bit of a gap. But what I found out basically that you bury the red and white barrier in the center of the ramp. You just bury it right in the center. And the next ramp's going to be on top of it. See? And that creates a little narrow wall that you can jump on the sideways that's angled and holds your car up a little bit. When you first get it, the angle will help hold you on, so gravity doesn't just rip you straight down. But on top of it, ramps get really good grip compared to certain objects. So if you get on there, you should not be slipping off. You should be able to just zip right through it. And so I'm going to be doing more with those, because now that I know how to do that, the only real task is just putting that red and white barrier in a line. And then just attaching the ramps to it. You know, we can go anywhere we want now. And then also, it occurred to me that since those ramps are slanted, we can probably stick containers to them, which I actually do in a race later on this day, which I'll make a speed build for later. You'll see it. It's got a nice red bowl in it. And or you can stick ramps sideways off the edge of it. Since it's slanted, it'll do that slant trick where you can stick ramps sideways and start a tornado ramp off the side. So that's pretty cool little object right there, because it forces your car into this grip. Ooh, I missed. See, I gotta rebuild it higher. But you know what? Never be afraid to rebuild something if it fucks up the first time. Just rip it down and redo it. And it's frustrating, I know, but it's way better than trying to patch it and patch it and patch it and patch it and patch it. I mean, unless you already built the whole goddamn thing, of course. But yeah, see, I raised it up one box there because when I did my little test run, it just wasn't high enough. So, anyways, let's move on. It's my birthday in like freaking 2 weeks. And I asked the missus, hey, I want an Elgato capture device because I want to be able to I don't know why it's frozen there. I want to be able to stream on YouTube, and I'd like to be able to capture my videos faster. Just I'll let you guys know what I'm doing right now. I'm streaming through Twitch. You can set your Twitch account to save your last video. Once you look at your last video, you can then export it to YouTube. When you export it, set it to private. Once it's on YouTube and it fully renders, you can download it as an MP4, and then you have the file to manipulate and edit before you want to re-upload it. I'm doing it with a lot of process, and I'm losing clarity when I do that many renders and pass-throughs, so I want an Elgato or something similar. So, well, I want an Elgato, so I asked the missus for it, and she said, okay, let's look it up and see how much it is. And we look it up, and it's fine, it's a good price. But then I look at the software, it says compatible only with Windows 7, 8, or 10. Now, I'm using an older Windows because I prefer the older Windows. I like the way they work like a tank. I know not everyone agrees with me, but I enjoy them. So I'm like, crap, I'm not about to reload an entire Windows, and I'm not about to start loading up like, you know, fake software to try to like do compatibility like pass-throughs or anything like that. So I'm like, all right, the next alternative is let's look up other capture devices. And so I've come down to two, and I want to ask your guys' opinion on it because some of you guys know about this, some of you don't, and that's fine. But if any of you guys have ever used this, if you want to drop a comment, let me know. What do you think is better? Do you think it's the HD PVR2, or do you think it's the Roxio? Whatever the newest Roxio is. I hear a lot of good things about the HD PVR, but it seems like it's the kind of industry where every time there's a newer model, who knows? So if you guys think that it's, you know, if you think one or the other is better than the other, let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably going to go with the HD PVR because I don't know which is better, and I see some reasonable reviews on that, and it works with my Windows type. Both those work with my Windows type with their software, and so that makes me happy. And so, yeah, in a couple weeks here, after I get it and I figure out how to like really use it, expect me to start streaming on YouTube every now and then. Right now, the only time I stream is on Twitch, and the way I do it, I can't have audio just because the way I've got it all set up and rigged. And so, you know, but if I get it on my computer, I get everything lined up, I get that capture device, yeah, we're going to start seeing some really good stuff, and we're going to see my videos get a little bit of better clarity. Right now, we're only doing 720p, which is serviceable, but I want to get that up to 1080. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, anyways, moving on. Since we're talking about the technicalities of recording, for all of you who don't have YouTube accounts, sometimes you join like networks, and sometimes those networks have access to private music, which is a very nice service. I can't fault the networks for making it available because it's really awesome. But sometimes you bump into a music service who I don't want to say. We'll just say their name starts with AW and ends in icro. So, sometimes you join a music service and they say, use our music for free. You won't have any licensing problems. Your music is licensed. You can use it for projects on YouTube. And then you go ahead and use it, and you find out that every single day for like a week they flag your projects. So this company that, I won't say that, you know, we'll say their middle is Dio. So whatever that company is, yeah, we'll say that every single day I put up a total of 4 videos. 4 videos, and in those videos I have maybe 4 songs each. And out of those videos, I got a total of 12 copyright flags on like 10 different instances. And it's not like it's all at once. We're like, hey, here it all is, and you just say, oh, I dispute that, I'd like it back. It was like one, and then a few hours another, and a few hours another, which is frustrating because when you do that, they unmonetize your video. Now, I don't make a lot of money on here. I only make like a little bit. But that first like hour or 2 of my videos is like 90% of the bulk of people watching it. And so when this company, who, we'll just say their first half is audio, yeah, when they go and flag your video in the morning that you already paid for, that you're specifically there to have licensed to you, that they've received the contract and everything is set up, they flag it, and you become unmonetized until you can prove it's yours. Now, that's the equivalent of like, let's say you go to the grocery store, right? And as soon as you purchase something, you walk outside, the guy chases you out, snags the bag out of your hand, and says, give me your receipt. And you give him the receipt, and it says, you can have this object back in a few hours. Thank you. That's really what it is. I've used their product. I have the license. I'm on their stupid account. I put up the info, and this company we'll just say the last name ends in micro. This company who is there to license music apparently doesn't know how to license music. The whole service is to allow you to use music that is copyright trouble-free, and I've actually had more trouble in the 4 videos of them than I had the entire time I've ever been on YouTube added up. If you add up everything else ever, these 4 videos have been the single most troublesome out of any company who, their name starts with an A, ends in an O. I don't know if you were able to put that together. So, anyways, if you guys use music, I would recommend Epidemic Sound. I use them for everything now, and you know what? They don't copyright flag you, and they allow you to download just specific tracks if you want. Like, let's say you hear a song, you're like, oh, I like that, but I don't like the music, I don't like the vocals, but I like the bass and the drums. It lets you download it like that, and even further than that, it lets pretend you're like a DJ. You know, you now have copyright for your music that you're able to download specific tracks of and mix and match later. And that's really nice. And then the music library, it's really deep. It's got an interface that at first was just a tick confusing, but I got really used to it. Now I like it so much because there's just so many choices and filters on it. So Epidemic Sound for the win. Anyways, so I'm expecting DLC soon. What do you guys think? This is my logic, right? Grand Theft Auto is here to sell us shark cards. I mean, let's not lie about it. That's obviously a big piece of this. Now, why would they give us double RP, double cash, if they want to keep selling us shark cards? Now, this isn't a riddle, there's an answer to it. And the answer is, there's DLC coming that has giant price tags. I mean, we've been seeing the DLC price tags go up and up and up. And those price tags have been, what was it? It was the Osiris was like 1.5 million or 1.9, and then the Trojan came out to 2.2, I believe it was. I mean, that's getting into really high numbers. Now, what they haven't done in a long time, and people have been expecting, is mansions. And I can see a mansion going for 5 million, couldn't you? So I'm thinking they gave us the double RP, double heist stuff, so we have the 5 million. So if people didn't do the 5 million, they can sit there and look at everyone else's mansions, go, I want a mansion, and play double hard to try to play catch up, and the people that did get rewarded. So, yeah, we're getting to the end of summer, and I think at the end of summer is when we should expect it. So DLC, you know, it's just a hunch. It's just a hunch. Rockstar has been on a pretty regular schedule of releasing it in the past few months lately. So, I don't know. I'm just mark my words. It's coming. It's coming. They wouldn't give us money for nothing, because then they wouldn't buy shark cards. They need us to blow the money. So do you hear that? Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies. That means our day is about done here, guys. So I hope you liked today's speed build. I'm going to do another one in just a little bit here. I already have the footage of it. This race, just so you know, doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. There was an error in saving it and stuff, so you just get to watch the speed build. Sometimes there's lost classics, but don't worry, guys. I'll make new races like every other day, and I've been playing this for years, so you have hundreds of these things coming, so don't even sweat it. This is one race that's gone, but you guys have the privilege of seeing how I make it. So anyways, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe. It helps my channel grow. Tweet me out. Put me on Reddit. The epic music's fucking coming, so I'm getting the F out of here, guys. Don't forget to eat a dick. And I'll see you all in a bitch, as I see where say.